Alright, welcome back, Algebra 1. Today, hopefully a short video, we're going to talk about some systems of linear inequalities. A system of linear inequality is just like a system of equations. We're going to graph it pretty much the same, except for we have to remember that we're dealing with regions here. Remember, we shade above or below. We're dealing with an actual region, not just a line. Alright, so first one, right here, number one, has the y-intercept of -3, so down to -3, has a slope of up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. And there is our line. Our line is a solid line because it is equal to, okay? So we're going to go ahead and draw that line. Good. Both ways. Ooh, off just a little bit. That's alright. And which way would I shade this if I was going to shade this? I would shade above the line because y is greater than. So I'm going to make two little arrows just saying, hey, you want to shade over here. I'm not going to completely shade because this is a system of equations, so I got two equations that I'm actually dealing with. Alright, so here's the second one. We'll put it in blue. Has a y-intercept of +4, so up to 4, and has the slope of down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Okay? Now this line has to be dashed because it's strictly greater than. So the line is not included. So I make a dash line, alright? And it's going to look a little bit solid in the middle. Oh, nice. They lined up. And on this one I would shade above 2. Okay? So I'm going to go back to my blues, and I would shade above this line too. Now the important thing with the system of inequalities is you want to find the common region. What do they have in common? So for instance, here is a region that satisfies one equation. Here is another region that satisfies that same equation. If we look at the other one, the other equation, number 1, is satisfied right here. And it's satisfied right here. So what is the common region? The common region is going to be this region right up here. And I'm going to really color that one in to let everybody know that one is my answer. Okay, so your answer to a system of linear inequalities is always going to be a region. It's not just the line or where they intersect like we do with linear equalities or equations. It is actually a region, so it's this region right up here. Alright, let's try another one. Okay, these are set up a little bit different, but again, nothing to be too scared of. We just get a little bit of practice with setting these up differently. So I want to solve for y, so I'm going to bring this equation, 2x minus y is greater than -6 down here. Move the 2x over, we get negative y is greater than -6 minus 2x. To get rid of a negative, we got to multiply or divide by -1. So I do that. Y is less than, don't forget to flip that sign, 6 plus 2x. Alright, so my y-intercept is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's right up here. My slope is 2, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Whoops, what am I doing? I'm going backwards. I apologize. Let me correct that. It's up 2 forward 1, because it is a positive 2. Up 2 forward 1. And here is my line. Here it is, one direction. I'm actually not going to use that line. I'm going to use a dash line. That bell ringing just threw me right off there. Which means I need to work with my class too. So let's draw this line. Now you try to draw the other one and find the shaded region, and I'll come back and we'll see if you got it. Alright, so here I am finishing up equation number 2. Again, I found my new equation right here for the second one. I just solved for y. I didn't have to worry about flipping the sign. There was no negatives to multiply or divide by. My screen got divided into 4 different. The lines divided into 4 different graphs. Okay, here's one line. Here's the dashed one that is over here. Shade below the dash one. You can kind of see my arrow in there. Sorry about that. Here's the solid one that's right down here, comes across here, and I shade above, so I drove my arrows. And then I realized that my line's divided into 4 different regions, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Which one was the common region? It was area 4, because this one said shade below and this one said shade above. So this right here is my answer, this region over here. Okay, go ahead and try number 3. Hit pause. If you'll notice that first problem on number 3, it's in point slope form. Remember what that means to be in point slope form. Graph both of them and then come back and I'll show you my answer. Okay, so this is what I got on them. Again, first one's in point slope form, so I just wrote down the point, did the slope. Second one's in slope intercept form, so I put the intercept, did the slope. Everything seemed to work out pretty nicely. Both of them were solid lines. Sorry about this, must have rushed a little bit. This is a little bit of crooked right here, but everything was a solid line. Shade above this one, shade below that one. What is the common region again? The common region is right in here, so I shaded there. Alright, last one. I want you to write a system of inequalities for this graph. Take it one at a time. Let's work with the blue one first. The blue one should be just, right here. We know it's going to be y equals. Touches right here at 1. So y equals, and the y-intercept is 1, positive 1, so plus 1. And then the slope, they give me another point right here. So down 1 and over 3. So it's negative 1/3, down 1 over 3. Put the x in there. There's one of them. Now I got to finish this off. It is equal to, that's nice, it's a solid line. We're shading above, so I want y to be greater than. Okay? Alright, let's talk about the next one. I'm going to do the same thing. Y is, alright, I'll leave this part alone. I can tell it's not going to be equal to because it's a dashed line. So what's the y-intercept? It's up here. 1, 2, 3. It's at 3. So it's a positive 3. That's good. Still doing that. Now the other point, it appears to hit right here or right here. So up 2 over 1. So a positive 2. So 2x plus 3. So far so good. And we're shading below, so y is less than, and it's not equal to because of the dashed line. Alright, here's my system of inequalities. Just in case you're curious, this is the red one. Alright, well that finishes off. Let me make sure my audio is still working on this darn thing. It is. That's good. Okay, so there you go. See you in class tomorrow.